Hello, I'm Helen Bradley. Welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at 7-day work weeks in ProjectLibre, and this is of course also going to cover a standard, non-standard if you like, work week. Something that does not have necessarily Saturday and Sunday as holidays. So I have my sample project open here, and I'm going to assume that a lot of the elements in this project are done on a standard work week, but one of them is not. So I'm going to say that the manufacturing here that would take place over 7 days can actually be run on a 7-day-a-week schedule. So I don't want to be necessarily taking advantage of having weekends off for the manufacturing process. So let's see how we would do this. The first thing is we'll go to the File panel here and click on Calendar. And we have a standard calendar in place right now. So what I want to do is add a brand new calendar to cope with this 7-day work week. So I'll click New, and I'm going to call this 7-day. I'll just click OK. And now we're looking at the setup for this 7-day calendar. So what I'm going to do next is select what by default would be holidays. So I'll click on Saturday and I'll hold the Shift key as I click on Sundays. So I've selected all the Saturdays and Sundays in this calendar, and what I'll do is I'll set these to non-default working time so they don't become non-working time because they are working time. I just want them to be non-default because default is Saturday and Sunday are off. So I'm just setting this up to a standard 8-hour day, and you could of course set the times for those if you wanted to. At this point you can go to the other days and just check and see how they're set up. If you've got everything nicely set up, just click OK. So we now have a calendar for a 7-day work week, but as you can see it's not affecting any of these tasks, and it shouldn't affect any of these tasks because all these other tasks are going to be performed on a standard 5-day work week. It's just that we want to use a different calendar for the manufacturing process. So what I'll do is I'll double click on this task to open up the task information dialog and go to the advanced panel. And here I can select a task calendar, and it's going to be the default by default, but we can select an alternative calendar. So I'm going to select our 7-day calendar and I'll click Close. And you can see now that this 7-day manufacturing process is now taking from the 28th of November through to the 5th of December. We're able to work across the weekend here, and that's because the calendar for the manufacturing task has been set to a 7-day calendar. This column here is a sort of information column, and it shows things that are sort of unusual. In this case, we have a different calendar being applied to the manufacturing process. So you can see that it's possible to set up special calendars in ProjectLibre. They can be assigned to the entire project, but they can also be assigned on a task-by-task basis. For example, where you have a production system that works 7 days of the week, but the rest of the organization just works 5 days of the week. This same process could be used if, for example, you don't have Saturday and Sunday off, but in actual fact your business closes on Monday and Tuesday. In that case, you go and create a calendar. So you'll go and select New. So I'm just going to call this a test calendar. And you'll want to bring back Saturday and Sunday as working time. So we'll set that as non-default working time. And then if Monday and Tuesday are your typical days off, then you'll select those 2 dates and set them as non-working time. And this will allow you to still work a 5-day week, but it'll be your 5-day week, not the one that is the default in ProjectLibre. Now, just before we finish up, if you have a calendar that you want to use for the entire project rather than just for select tasks, this is what you're going to do. You're going to first create your calendar if it's different to the regular one or if it hasn't been created previously. Then go to Information. And in the General area here, you have the Base Calendar option. So you can select the calendar that you want to use as your sort of default calendar for this particular project. But of course, you've seen that you're able to select different calendars for different tasks if you need to. I hope that this has helped you see how you can customize and use those customized calendars in ProjectLibre. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll be alerted when new videos are released. Until next time, my name's Helen Bradley. Thank you so much for joining me here on my YouTube channel.